Hello, everybody. Let's get a seat. You know, I was given this agenda for tonight, and everybody on here has something to say. You know, it's already done for them, except for Louis. It says opening remarks. So there you go, opening remarks. Now we're here tonight to celebrate EnCOAR Awards. The winners, they all deserve this. It's great to be alive. I'm being blinded by that light up there right now, but we want to welcome all you virtual guests as well. You know, everybody here tonight in the room, we all shared something equally today. It was a decision we haven't had to make for a long time or ever, and that was what to wear from the waist down. You know, you people at home, I know what you're wearing, so be comfortable, and you know, you got that going for you. You're comfortable. You know, the past 15 months has been an interesting interruption for all of us, and I've had a lot of time to reflect on the past. The 70s, from 70 to 80, that was a little hazy, but you know, I reflected on the remainder of it, and you know, I was wondering how 29 years as a realtor slipped by to where I'm standing here today, tonight, and I came to one conclusion. I'm up here because of many of you as my mentors, and I wouldn't be standing here, and I'm looking at a bunch of you that have done a lot to encourage my career, and it makes it possible for me to be up here, and I'm honored to be your president this year. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. I got a quote here from a recent newspaper article. It says, Steve Scott, Mr. Scott, he was an excellent mentor. I learned so much from him. Martirano said, he is the reason that I am the real estate broker I am today. And we all have someone just like Steve or Steve in our careers, for sure. I got a question for all of you. And I'd like to know, by show of hands, how many of us would like a career of keeping 2,400 type A adults happy, a half a dozen zip code demographics under normal conditions, and then add COVID? How many? Okay, well, we've got 5 of them here tonight, and I want to thank them all. And Casey Conlon, our CEO, our AE, you know, she's awesome. Casey's back there. Kim Gammon, right here. Chad West and Peter Butke, they couldn't make it tonight, but I'll tell you, they bail me out weekly. The nerd that I am, they're awesome. Candace Belts, where's Candace? Back in the corner. Ashley Seeley right here. And Tyler Neese in the back. You know, I have not been put on pause or not had the phone answered the entire 15 months. These guys are answering the phone every day. And it's been amazing. So thank you. You've done a great job. Done a great job. I also want to thank our executive committee, and that Kat Zwicker, she's our president-elect. Brent Landell, back there, he's our vice president. Wendy Atkinson, our finance chair. And Jack Zeka's not here tonight because he's trying to save the state. Republican Jack. So anyway, thank you. Mike Warren's not here tonight. He's our district VP for District 5 the next 2 years. He's taking over Jill Russell's place. Jill was the Oregon Realtor of the Year for 2019, I believe. And I also want to thank Lester Friedman. He's our very own NAR director back there. It's great. And I don't have this written down, but I just finished a 28-hour Principal Broker Academy class that OR is offering. Corey's done it, and it's only been available a few years. Lester was instrumental in it, and so was Deborah Gisrael, one of our big players, very good gal. And I'll tell you what, I told my office meeting this morning, I says, you ought to put an apple on your designated broker's desk at least once a week, because there's no way I'd have that job. And I took it just for an education and to help sell it, but there's no way I'd want to be a principal designated broker or an owner of a real estate company. So I admire you guys. Thank you for keeping your companies together. During this whole thing, you've done really good. And I just know from my experience with Dan over at John L. Scott, it hasn't been a cakewalk, but that's a tough job. Thank you all very much for being designated principal brokers. It's awesome. It's awesome. Let's see, I got a few more people here I want to thank, and that's our faithful MLS leaders. Dave Feig and Janie Beck taking on the Ben Group. Angela Boothroyd and Jody Husband carrying the Redmond and the Primeville ball for us. And, Jeff Casserly faithfully leads the Redmond Commercial Group twice a month down at the VFW. We've been meeting live probably longer than most. Mike Diven does a great job at Sun River. And thank you guys. You're there every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's really great. So thank you very much. Let's see, what do we got now? Okay, before we acknowledge and give praise to this year's EnCOAR winners. Last year we only had about 30 attendees at the EnCOAR Awards. So I just want to make note at who won those and who were the recipients last year. First of all, Kat Zwicker. Where are you, Kat? Raise your hand. There you are, over there. She was our Realtor of the Year last year, Kat Zwicker. Angela Boothroyd, our Rookie of the Year. Annette Zukaitis, where are you at, Annette? There you are. Oh, you're right there. Of course you are. Okay, Annette was our Affiliate of the Year. And then I don't see Walt Ramage around. He was the recipient of the Commercial Transaction of the Year last year. So also two more folks that aren't here tonight that received awards. Well, there was Windermere Bend, got the Large Office Core Pack Cup. We've got Core Pack Cups that are being awarded tonight. That was Large Office Bend last year, a year ago. We didn't have a Small Office award a year ago, right? That was this morning's email, so I'm just going with it. Okay. The WCR Women's Council of Realtors Member of the Year was Daniela Cox, and the Affiliate of the Year was Mandy Davis. Neither of them were able to attend tonight, but let's give them a hand. Thank you. That was last year. Okay. What's next? Okay. Oh, it says here, let's get on with the program. I wrote that. So I just got to find the program. There it is, right there. I got the program. Okay, those are my opening remarks, just for the record. Okay. I'm going to bring Bruce Barrett up here. I got to say something about Bruce. Where you at, Bruce? Get up here. Bruce is a faithful Windermere commercial broker from Redmond, and he's the nicest guy in the world to do a deal with. You almost think you're doing everything right when you're doing it with Bruce. He's a great guy. So Bruce is going to go ahead and give us a presentation for the Commercial Transaction of the Year. How about it?
Hey, thanks, Louis. It's an honor to follow Louis. I consider Louis a friend and a mentor, and it's been tremendous working with him. If I ever have a question, I call him. He answers freely, and it's great people, those kind of people to work with, so it's an honor, Louis. We're here tonight, and I'm fortunate to be the chair of the Commercial Committee to be able to present this honor because it's for some people that I truly admire and has been a pleasure to work with. The property is 777 Northwest Wall Street. You'll probably remember that to be the old post office building. And that was a complex transaction. It was handled, and the commercial group decided to give awards to both sides of this transaction this year because of the tremendous effort that they put into it and the quality of their work. It's best known as the old post office building, but today the 1932 building houses 21 tenants. It's an iconic part of downtown Bend, so the effort was well worth it. Representing the seller was Howard Freeman, Jay Lyons, and Grant Schultz from Compass Commercial. Representing the buyer was Brian Fratsky. This year, we're presenting the award to the brokers on both sides for the first time. The complexity of the transaction and its potential impact on downtown Bend took this great team to achieve the seller and buyer's goals. So let's bring up Howard, Jay, Grant, and Brian to receive this award.
Here you go, Jay. Thanks, Larry. Hey, congratulations, Cam. Thank you. Congratulations, Howard, as always.
Appreciate it. Howard, there you go. Thanks, Bruce. Congratulations. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's some good cheers. Hey, congratulations, guys. Let's give these guys another round of applause. Congratulations.
You know, that building has got a special place in my heart because that's where I used to get my unemployment checks in 75 and 76 when I went and skied all the time. So I love that building.
I hear you're still down there looking for it.
I'll go to the other one. Thanks, Gary. Okay, I'm going to introduce right now Joanne McKee. She's our vice chair for EnCOAR to present the EnCOAR Awards here. Come on up, Joanne.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with all of you. The EnCOAR Cup is presented to 2 offices each year for raising the most funds for Realtor Political Action Committee. The winner of the EnCOAR Cup for offices with over 10 realtors is Windermere Redmond. Mike Gordon, if you'll come up. And the winner for EnCOAR for small office is Desert Sky Real Estate, Kat Zwicker. If you please come up. Thank you so much. Oh. No, kidding. Yeah, it's a good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, congratulations, but I'll let you know, Fegans, got a target on your back this year. Yeah, got a target. Yeah. Okay, we're going to call up Brenda Hawkins. She's the president of the Central Oregon Women's Council of Realtors. Here you come. Come on up, Brenda.
As president of Women's Council of Realtors, I'm honored to introduce our winners for Realtor and Affiliate of the Year. This year we have a tie for Realtor of the Year. Our first winner is Kat Zwicker. Kat has been licensed full-time for 27 years. She opened Desert Sky Real Estate in 2008. She is serving as Redmond City Planning Commissioner and volunteers for Central Oregon Child Care Task Force, Redmond Senior Center, and Housing for All. She is a longtime supporter of Women's Council of Realtor, being a founding member and having served several positions, including twice as president. We appreciate her continued support and participation with Women's Council of Realtors. Yep. So Jessica is our second winner. Jessica is our current president-elect.
Thank you. This is rad. Y'all are rad.
Quick and easy. Our affiliate of the year is Susan Simonson, and she has been a member with us for 5 years and has been really a great member of our, he's got it. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay, I'm gonna make this super short. I've had a really rough year, lost half of my family in the last year, and it's just been tough. And I got this call that I won this award, and I was just like, are you serious? I couldn't believe it. It was a highlight of my year, so thank you so much.
Tyler Meese, come on up. Now Tyler here, he's our government affairs director, and he's going to present the Housing Champions Award. Tyler works really hard.
Yes, he does.
Tyler works very hard, and I wonder if he ever goes home some nights because he's got so darn many meetings. So Tyler, we really appreciate. Got to be part of the crew that interviewed you years ago, and we did the good thing. We did a good thing. So come on up.
Thank you, Lee. Checks in the mail. All right. Well, as Louis said, I have the honor on behalf of the Government Affairs Committee of presenting our Housing Champion Award. And the Housing Champion Award is an award that COAR created a few years ago just to really recognize public servants, individuals, organizations within the community or throughout the region who are making a positive impact on housing, whether that's housing development, access, affordability, a number of different areas. And I think that we have 3 recipients tonight who really exemplify what it means to be a housing champion within our region. And so I'm going to share a little bit about each one of those recipients tonight. I'll try to keep it brief, but I am a lobbyist, so I can't make any promises. So first of all, our first housing champion this year is Carolyn Egan. Now, Carolyn, would you like to come up? I'm going to embarrass you. There she is. And I know many of you know Carolyn, and that's because she's involved in just about everything at the City of Bend, at least the good things. And she is responsible for a number of different departments as the Director of Economic Development, including business advocacy, affordable housing, urban renewal, all areas that really touch housing throughout our region, and especially here in the City of Bend. And when projects and partnerships come together in the city, I think what often goes unseen is the work that goes on behind the scenes on the part of staff, putting together, whether that's different policy proposals or code changes. There's a number of different things and dominoes that have to fall, and Carolyn has been intimately involved in all of those, and we very much appreciate your contributions to the city. And I know that I can tell you, as Louis mentioned before, I spend a lot of time at council meetings and different meetings, and it's pretty common that when we're in a council meeting, a counselor will ask a question and look around the room and nobody knows the answer. And usually it doesn't take long before Carolyn comes out of the audience and always knows the answer. So I think that speaks to the fact that she's a wealth of knowledge in this city. So with that, congratulations, and thank you, Carolyn. I'll hand over the mic if you want to say.
Well, thank you so much, Tyler. Such an honor just to have all of the city's behind the scenes work be recognized. So I'm really taking this standing on the shoulders of giants. You all recognized Jim Long last year, and so I really just get to be the next iteration of his work. But thank you for all of your advocacy on the other side of the aisle, if you will, helping get the topics to the council meeting so that we can do all the work behind the scenes. And a shout out to our Affordable Housing Committee for sure, and all of the work that they do to make more housing units available. We have a lot of work to still do, and so you are all tagged as part of the team to help continue with that work. But thank you so much. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, Carolyn. Our next recipient is Nick Lelak. Nick, are you here? Can I ask you to come up? All right. Well, Nick, I'm sure many of you know as well, if you've spent much time around Deschutes County, you've seen Nick. He's the Community Development Director, a position I believe he's been in since about 2012, leading CDD, which is a really key department in regards to obviously to land use and housing within the county, and was recently named the new administrator for the county. So congratulations in order there as well. Last summer, Nick was also appointed to the state's Land Conservation and Development Commission, or LCDC, which is bringing some very valuable expertise to that state body that makes some really key decisions around land use and housing at the state level, and representing a really important voice on the eastern side of the Cascades and bringing that to the conversation as well. Our relationship with the county, I feel like, has been strong for quite some time, and the county is just very, very collaborative, always interested in COR's feedback and what the real estate industry has to say in regards to different proposals, and I think that collaborative nature extends beyond our organization, I know, to a number throughout the region, and that I think is a testament to Nick's leadership. I can tell you that at Deschutes County, I've heard it said that there's a wing at DLCDC that is dedicated to Deschutes County appeals. I don't know if that's true or not, but regardless of, it's a very complex process within the county with all the appeals and things that come up, and yet they manage to run a very smooth operation, very efficient, and again, make sure that everybody has a seat at the table. So we thank you, Nick, for all your work, and congratulations. I'll hand it over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Tyler, and it is a tremendous honor. And I do want to just share one quick story. If I go into the Wayback Machine about 12 years ago, and this is where Brian Meese comes in. Brian Meese and Bill Roby, your predecessor, during our last comprehensive plan update, proposed a policy to allow rural accessory dwelling units in rural residentially zoned properties around the county. A dozen years later, 6 full legislative sessions later, we're almost there. A couple of weeks ago, the state Senate recommended approval of the bill by a vote of 28-1. The only person opposed just didn't like the procedures in the Capitol. It had nothing to do with the legislation. Today, has anybody seen the news today? Today, carried by Jack Zika, our very own Jack Zika. The House of Representatives approved the bill 57-0. So from here, it will briefly go back to the Senate for concurrence and then to the governor. And we've already scheduled a work session with our Board of County Commissioners to begin to discuss implementing that legislation, which could make up to 9,800 properties eligible in rural Deschutes County for rural accessory dwelling units. So this has been a partnership between what you initially proposed a dozen years ago that we have in our adopted comprehensive plan that has been the basis of all of our work. And I've been so pleased to be involved in all the negotiations for years at the state level. So I look forward to our continued coordination as we're going to begin another comprehensive plan update this fall. So I look forward to what you have to contribute to that process. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick. And last but certainly not least, our third recipient of this year's Housing Champion Award is Pacific Crest Affordable Housing. So if I could ask the team from Pacific Crest to come on up. Great, thank you. Pacific Crest, I'm sure, is a name that's familiar for many of you. I think has really become synonymous in our community for affordable housing, and not just affordable housing, but I think also affordable housing projects that are thoughtfully designed, innovative, really are meant to align well and complement the areas in which they're built. They've completed 6 affordable housing projects in Central Oregon, in Bend, Lapine, Prineville, another in Bend underway, and some notable names that I'm sure a lot of you will recognize: Discovery Park Lodge, Azimuth 315, Iron Horse Lodge, Mountain Laurel Lodge, Little Deschutes Lodges 1 and 2, and Canal Commons. And it really is, I think it's a testament to their organization, because affordable housing is not an easy thing, as you all know, to put on the ground right now. It's very complex, whether it's the capital stack and all of the different regulations, policies, land use, and everything else that's a part of the equation. And I think their team obviously has, as complex as that is, has figured out a recipe to be able to put together some fantastic projects. So we thank you for all your work, and congratulations. I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks very much. We're very honored to receive this award. At Pacific Crest Affordable Housing, obviously we're trying to bring affordability to Bend. There's many factors at work that are affecting supply and demand, but as we all know, prices are going up and rents are going up like crazy. The other two things that we try to bring to our projects are environmental sustainability and just high quality construction and aesthetics. And so hopefully, we are making a difference with this planet. As little as our little bit is just a tiny little bit, but if we all do our tiny little bit, then we do protect our planet. We're also just trying to create a quality product that lasts for 100 years and doesn't fall apart, and something that we can be proud of and something our children can be proud of us for as well. So hopefully with you guys who are realtors, you work with developers, so hopefully you can kind of steer them in a direction of environmental sustainability and quality construction as well. Thanks so much.
How did this happen? John and I got together, I think 16 or 17 years ago, and we thought to ourselves, we were both developers, but in some ways we didn't like the name that developers had created for themselves. So we spent probably half a year just researching what could be done, what could we do. And in the end, we came up with affordable housing. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves involved in. In hindsight, I wouldn't do it again. And if there are developers in the room that want to do it, they should come and talk with us first. It is difficult. It is incredibly difficult in so many ways. And I guess the problem now is it's getting more and more difficult to get funding. Just, right now for what they call balance of state, I think there's only one project per year that's awarded. With, I can't remember on the most recent go-around, I think there were 15 applicants, for that, for one project. So it's difficult. And, but I think in the end, especially for me, I've enjoyed the sustainability part of it. I think we've done a good job over the years. We would like to have done more, and clearly we would have had the pandemic not come along, but with the pandemic stepping in the way of these two most current projects, we weren't able to do the type of construction that we really wanted to do to reduce our carbon footprint, if you will. So having said that, there's just a couple people I'd like to thank in the room. Of all people, Howard Friedman. Howard. I've known Howard for some years, of all things through snowboarding. But Howard was the first broker that we had on the first project that we did, Mountain Laurel Lodge on Century Drive. And Howard made that easy, and Howard's always there just sort of supporting us in the background, and we really appreciate that. Thank you, Howard. I think the reality of any organization is that it takes more than just the two of us. I'll say without the help that we have in the office, we wouldn't accomplish what we've accomplished. We only have two of them here this evening, Katie and Melissa, and over here. Rima unfortunately couldn't help us. Rima's been with us, I think, for 15 years. But without these individuals, we would not have accomplished anywhere near what we've been able to accomplish. So, and I think my last comment is I'm sort of humbled by the support and the recognition that I see here this evening. We really develop in a vacuum, if you will. And, very seldom do we hear anything positive. And I think a lot of that's just because of our tenant base sometimes can be quite upset with the things that they don't have. And so it's unfortunate, but that's the life we lead. And to have this sort of award that sort of came out of the blue it's a super thing, and we really appreciate that. So thank you all for your support, and I hope we all survive the pandemic and move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for your work. And Nick and Carolyn, they're very unselfish with their time. They've been to many of our classes, taught many classes, or showed up at many of our commercial and our MLS meetings. Very informational, and we always love having you. So thank you very much, guys. Great. Okay, Dave Fegans. I think your name's next here. It says, introduce 2019 Realtor of the Year, Dave Fegans. Bring it on. He's known as Senator Fegans on Tuesday mornings. Yeah.
That's because I call you Governor Louis, King Louis. Louis Patret, Louis Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen. Shoo! Louis, you're doing a great job. Your leadership is great. It's a tough year. How good is it to be us to be here together doing this? This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. We're sitting amongst the peers that we all work together. We compete against each other. At the same time, can you hear me okay? In Central Oregon, we rock. I mean, we are not Portland. We are not Atlanta. We are not a big metropolis. And we all get along really well together. We don't have many complaints, right? We all work it out amongst ourselves, thanks to a great staff that helps us continue to breathe that way. But as I look around the room, we've got a few more awards tonight, but a lot of huge icons in this room. Brian Meese, Steve Scott, Mike Gordon, Louis Hoffman, Howard Friedman, Lester Friedman. I can't name you all because I love you all, but great people here. So it's really cool that we can come together and share some awards together. So everybody gets an applause. Like I say, it's good to be us. It's good to be us. I think the affiliate of the year, which is the first one, goes to an amazing Amber Wilson of Umpqua Bank. Amber, congratulations. It's one of those weird years where you get to know people that you might otherwise not know through Zoom. You know, who thought of Zoom a year and a half ago? I didn't know what that was. Nor did I figure we'd get accustomed to, remote viewing and doing all these things that we do for granted anymore. But Amber, you've been one of those that not only are the Mayor of Redmond Citizen of the Year, am I correct? Thank you. You instigate and help run the Redmond and other area MLS, right? You're spinning that wheel and giving prizes and kudos. You're representing all of us. Let me just see what else. You're part of the Women's Council of Realtors? No, I made that part up. But you should look her up because she probably wants to do that. Golf tournament, excuse me. The Redmond Realtor Golf Tournament. Every year for many years, part of what you're doing is giving back to the high school students of Redmond, scholarships to college, right? And that's a pretty cool thing. So congratulations on what you do. Nice to get to know you until tonight. I had not met you face to face. Great, right? And nice to meet you. And would you say a few words on your way to go?
Thank you. I really appreciate this. I know there's a lot of great lenders and title companies out there that partner, and I'm a big believer of we're all into this together and it's teamwork, and this really meant the world to me. When I found I won, I was completely shocked and just really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Amber. Congratulations. Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year this year is part of the WCR, Women's Council of Realtors. I did not make that part up. Part of our Public Relations Committee with COAR. Part of the Young Professionals Network. She's been a senior broker at Monte Vista Homes for years. She's studying to get her principal broker's license. She's a booster and fundraiser for the schools for her children where they attend. I want to give Megan Zamko kudos, and for Rookie of the Year, congratulations.
Oh my goodness. I didn't think this many people were going to come out. I thought everybody was going to be writing offers, like over asking and removing all the contingencies. so it's nice to see people here. I feel tremendously humbled to have been nominated and selected. It would not have been possible without the encouragement, education, and mentoring by the seasoned agents that I have the privilege of working with side by side each and every day. When I first started in real estate, I had zero idea what this job would entail. And when I went from general real estate to new construction, I had no idea the trajectory that I would experience. Now I'm gonna get emotional. Andy told me this was gonna happen, so. So much of what we do comes from confidence, the confidence that we have in ourselves, the confidence that our clients have in us, and the confidence that our loved ones and our peers pour into us. My family, my parents, my grandparents, and my amazing husband have done nothing but support me and believe that I could do anything that I chose to my entire life. With that kind of unwavering love and support, I have been incredibly blessed. I've learned that with success comes the responsibility to build up those around us, to mentor and to encourage our peers. Some of my biggest cheerleaders are in this very room. Kat Zwicker. This does not mean that we can't still be competitive, but with that challenging, with the competition that we have with one another, we can also celebrate one another. So in the spirit of that, I want everybody to look at the person next to you and just say, "You are awesome." So now, look at that same person that you just talked to and say, "But you're not as awesome as me." Thank you so much.
Well done. I'm going to keep my emotions at bay. A little tequila in me. Might be the cheeks. So back to, before we do the Realtor of the Year award, okay, before we get to that, once again, we just have to give kudos to our county, Nick Lelak, to our commissioners, to our staff, to all the great things that help we as realtors do the easy job that we do. I mean, we get to wake up, call a few clients. It's really easy. We go out in the yard, we rake up the money. You know, we just rake it up. And because it's so easy, there's now 2,500 of us doing it. And there's like 2 sellers at a time, right? So I keep telling them, why call the Bucolas when you could call the Fagans? I mean, but we all deserve the congratulations because we're hanging in there, we're behaving well with each other, and that's the best part. And there's many people in this room that we all get that, I think, here today. And number one, it's really good to be in person. First of all, I got to say that again. It's really good to be in person, right? And thanks to Louie and to our staff for putting everything together. Kim Gammon, you know, Kim, you rock. You're always the rock of Gibraltar. So, well, let's get back to Deb Martirano for a minute. Okay? And Deb, not only are you beautiful, but you're pretty smart too, okay? You've been an exemplary human being. You've been an exemplary realtor, a class act, poised, behave responsibly. I think we can all say, whoever's interacted with Deb Martirano is like, I want to do another deal like that. That was pretty fun to do. She's great to work with, right? Raise your hand if that's true. Okay, right on, thank you. Here I'm going to go into my script for just a moment. Above and beyond, her fellow realtors love her. Her community loves her. She's a supporter of the Giving Plate, which I was not aware of. Bethlehem Inn, which I was aware of. And the Shop with a Cop is one of the many things you've been invested in, correct? That's pretty cool. So I'd like to say more, but really, when you know Deb, to know her is to know that you trust her, you love her, and she's been taught by the best. I hate to drop the name Steve Scott again. But Steve, just without you stealing the show, there's a lot of lineage here that you've helped create. And, I mean, huh? Well, it's nice to see you in the crowd today. It's very nice to see you. Steve, you're one of those icons, and I think people would agree. He's one of those icons that has meant a lot to many, many of us. And that trickles down from not people like myself that don't know you intimately, through others that know you intimately. You've meant a lot to our family, right? So away from Steve, back to Deb Martirano. Deb, we love you. Congratulations on being this year's 2021 Realtor of the Year.
Oh boy, I have to behave responsibly. Okay. All weekend. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. You know, when I look at the list of agents that have been recognized as Realtors of the Year, I am humbled and I am honored. And this mic is right in my face. And, you know, I seriously thought when Louis called me, I thought, am I being punked? What's going on here? Like, is this a joke? And he goes, it's not a joke. And I go, well, I can't be on another board, Louis. And he goes, I'm on the board. I'm calling you to tell you that I'm on the board. And that I go, what? What's going on? So those of you that know me know that I don't even go to the MLS meetings because I don't like to stand up and talk in front of people. So bear with me because I'm really freaking nervous right now. Really nervous. You know, Kim said, well, we're going to invite you up to speak. And I go, oh my God. And she goes, just talk about those people that have impacted your real estate career. There are so many. There are so many. I will start with those that we have lost. I am grateful to my parents who taught me grit and hard work gets you everywhere in life. To Walt Ruber and Tim Clark, who were mentors and a positive in my life always, they are missed. A huge shout out and thank you to my 3 boys who are watching virtually. I love you, boys. They were raised in the real estate world. They were raised in this industry, and this industry allowed me to be there for my kids, to never miss a game, to always be a part of my life, and to be a part of their life, and to be involved with them. They have grown up to be wonderful human beings. I couldn't be more proud of them, and quite frankly, they could buy and sell real estate better than I could right now, today. I love you, boys. To my RE/MAX Key Properties staff, a huge thank you, because they tirelessly work behind the scenes every day to support me in everything that I do. To Corey Bettisworth, my friend and my badass broker who keeps me in line, I love you. Yeah. To the Bicola family, who has become my family, I love you. To every agent that I've ever done a deal with, you inspire me to continue to be a better person, to do the right thing, and to make this industry what we believe in. And now to some very, very special mentors that I'd like to thank, that I seriously could not do this business without them. Here tonight, my special guest, my mentor, my trainer, my big brother, and my friend, Steve Scott. Steve, your guidance, your patience, and your knowledge has been instrumental, not only in my real estate career, but in my life. I love you. To my friends of 20 years, affectionately known as the Heifers. If you don't know who they are, you will soon. Ladies, you know who you are. You have been my rock. You have been with me through my biggest accomplishments, my toughest challenges, my wins and my losses. We have celebrated births, graduations, weddings, and deaths. You have talked me off the real estate ledge many, many times with crazy clients and psycho agents. It is your never-failing love and loyalty that makes my heart smile every day. I love you, ladies. And you guys, this job is hard. We all know how difficult this business can be. Late hours, seldom a day off, and families that suffer. So if you have a significant other in this business that is not in real estate, go home tonight and tell them how much you appreciate them, because they don't get what we do. It is really hard. So my last, but certainly not my least thanks, goes to my significant other, Sal, for understanding, for late nights, for missed dinners and changed plans, because a buyer popped into town unexpectedly and just had to see that property today. While the ones I love the most deserve the best of me, you patiently wait while history repeats. It's that glass of wine, a home-cooked meal, and a hot bath that always lets me know that you have my back. I am grateful. Guys, the very best part of this job are the people that we meet and the friends that we make every day. I'm incredibly honored and grateful for your friendship and your support. Thank you.
Congratulations, Debbie. You are awesome, and you deserve this so much. Thank you. I didn't mention earlier, I also want to thank the board of directors. There's a bunch of people in here working on the board and the committees that volunteer. I didn't cover that before we got into the program, and we got a great group of people that run the organization, and we're led by wonderful staff, and all the way from NAR through the Oregon Realtors, through our local association. One thing that's been kind of good, oh, and by the way, AJ and Corey, hey, how you doing? Louie here, good to see you. Huh? You know, I thought about it the other day, doing the whole Zoom thing and GoToMeeting thing, you're always looking at somebody's face. You're not looking at the back of their head at those meetings. And it's kind of fun. I just did this Principal Broker Academy with 17 brokers from around the state for 28 hours. And I mean, man, we all formed opinions of each other because we were looking at each other's faces, you know. But it's good to not be talking heads and to be back live and full-bodied. And I want to thank everybody that showed up tonight and made an effort at getting that ticket. You know, normally there's 250 people in here. I want to thank everybody that has mentored me. And if you look around again, and that's what we've talked about tonight, the people that got us to where we're at. And I want to, in the words of Bill and Ted and George Carlin, be excellent to each other. And a quote from John Lennox Scott, our chairman at John L. Scott, the motto is, live your life as a contribution. And those are pretty good words. So thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. Be safe and party on.